A very good evening and welcome to a dinner set with a dinner date almost live. It's Sunday the 18th of November. The time currently is 16 minutes past 5, and the reason we are not live is the streaming software. The open source streaming software has done one of its things and it's refusing to output. I can work everything on the screen, but it won't get through what's called the encoder to YouTube, despite numerous restarts since about 6 a.m. this morning and trying various things on the internet. A lot of people are having this trouble, so we cannot stream live, unfortunately, again. So we are doing the next best thing, which is recording. However, it will be a slightly shorter program because I'm very anxious that we get something up so that it can run at 18:30 as normal. So I'm afraid you've just got the same boring view the whole time, that is to say me and the piano, but hopefully you'll be able to hear it and see it and still enjoy program 191 on the 18th of November. So we're running very much bare bones this evening, no pictures, no videos and stuff, and no video of the gong, hence the sort of manual start. But we've always started our program, haven't we, or we certainly have for about the past 100 programs, with a little bit of opening music, and tonight's opening music is this. Incidentally, while you're thinking about that, and I will be with you in the chat room, helping things along. This tie this morning started off because I started trying to get the software to work. We knew we had problems when I was doing the programming and planning last night. I did start about 5:30 this morning, trying everything we knew, and I put this tie on, and it was nice sweet mangoes. But during the day, it is soured to lemons, and that reflects my inner wrath. You see. No, not at all. I'm just glad I hope this is going to work, that we can on the phone do a recording of a program, probably a little shorter than normal because there's no cards, no things in between, and as I say, I want to make sure we can get it uploaded for 6:30. That's given you enough time to type in the correct answer, which I hope you have put, was Bagpuss. Bagpuss is 50 years old this week, and that music was composed by John FAULKNER. John FAULKNER is a folk singer, and he arranged all the music for the only 13 episodes they made, that Oliver Postgate Peter Firmin series of Bagpuss, and his folk partner at the time, Sandra Kerr, also appears in those episodes. John FAULKNER is the voice of Gabriel the Toad, and Sandra Kerr is the voice of Madeline the Rag Doll, if you remember your Bagpuss. And I think it's probably quite well known that Bagpuss was meant to be a marmalade striped cat, but ended up pink because of a mix-up at the fabric when they made the puppet. Anyway, that's why we had that from 1974. That was the Bagpuss theme. As I say, we're going to slightly do less talking this evening. Well, I'm going to do less talking. You chat away. We'll have our 9 songs if we can get them all in and get this uploaded. I'm so sorry we're not quite live. These things happen when we are running multiple pieces of software and equipment. It's just one of those things. Hey ho, I hope it doesn't spoil your enjoyment. We'll open this evening with a piece we've had once before on the show. You may recognise it. I hope you enjoy it. Bit of coffee, off we go. try and do from week to week is to have a little bit of a carryover, and that was a carryover sort of from last week when, amongst other things, we were celebrating Chinese New Year. And that is, you may have typed it in, but I'm just sort of waffling away to give you a little more chance to type that in. That's from the 1957 Rodgers and Hammerstein, yes, Rodgers and Hammerstein musical Flower Drum Song, which at the time was very well received. They made a film version of it 4 years later. It's one of those that hasn't really stood the test of time. It's not terribly culturally sensitive, shall we say. They did revive it in 2002. I think it's great. It's got some cracking songs in it, including I Enjoy Being a Girl, and that one, which is one of my favourites, which is a fantastic song and dance number called Grant Avenue, relating to Grant Avenue in the Chinatown district of San Francisco. So that was our opening one. We've had it once before. Grant Avenue from Flower Drum Song from 1957. At this point, I usually press a button. I'm bereft without my buttons to say, do give it a like. Well, I can still do that, can't I? If you like our music on the channel, do give us a like. I hope you enjoyed our opening one. We're going to move straight on so that you can keep enjoying our music together. And as coffee's getting coolish, so I'm going to have a little bit of this and then off we go. if you just joined in with this, I'm sorry we're not quite live. The reason is one of the bits of software we're using, the important bit that gets pictures and sound to you via YouTube, has malfunctioned, started malfunctioning last night, and everything we've tried, and lots of other people on the internet have tried, is not working. So this is a very quickly being made recording. It's about 5 on Sunday. I'm hoping we're going to get through our normal mix of 9 songs on a Date Within a Set, program 191 on the 18th of November. So what have we done? We've talked about my time. I laugh every time I look at this. Poor little thing. It's still alive. The Christmas poinsettia is still alive. I can't bear to throw it out while it's still doing its thing. But it's yeah, it's quite small now, isn't it? Maybe we'll have some fresh daffodils maybe for it's not long till Mother's Day, is it? You know, we can set our calendar usually. Well, we used to be able to set our calendar, didn't we? By Clinton's cards, their next commercial opportunity to rake money in. So we've had Valentine's Day, we've had Shrove Tuesday, and next is Mother's Day. We'll have some fresh flowers by then. You never know, it might burst back into life. Anyway, that's given you time to type in that was Little Darling, composed by Neal Hefti, and that was from 1957. Also, isn't that fascinating? That's the same year as Flower Drum song was composed, and that was written and arranged by Neal Hefti for the Count Basie Band. And when Neal wrote that, he wrote it as an up-tempo ballad. But Count Basie, in his infinite wisdom, wanted it slowed down to be a real lesson in swinging at a slow tempo, and it's a really, really beautiful smoochy number. A couple of years later, they added lyrics to it. It has become a jazz standard. Little Darling by Neal Hefti from 1957. At this point, I'd press a button to tell you about our uploads. It's been quite a surprising week of uploads for me. Normally, we only do 1, but in actual fact, we've had 3. On Valentine's Day, I uploaded a version of This Guy's in Love with You, Burt Bacharach. So you may have seen that. It's proved quite popular, that one. Then on Friday, slightly less popular currently, continuing our series of organ uploads, this time from the organ of St Andrew's Church in Surbiton. And this is a very famous piece by Siegfried Karg Elert, and it's his march, triumphal march, based on the hymn tune Now Thank We All Our God, Nun Dankit Alle Gott. And that's there on the website. Then on Shrove Tuesday, a spontaneous idea occurred to me. There's no music written about pancakes. How sad is that? Well, apart from children's songs. So I had this mad idea, inspired by the fact that this piano is so out of tune, to do a little pancake piece. And that idea grew in my head Monday, and I sort of spent all Monday sort of thinking about it and doing it. And the result was a piece called Flat as a Pancake, and I wanted to press a button and do a reproduction of that video. However, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to hope I can still remember my piece or a version of it live. This is a piece I wrote on Monday this week in honour of Shrove Tuesday. It's a piece called Flat as a Pancake, rather like the piano. I do hope you will enjoy it. slightly shortened version of Flat as a Pancake. You heard it here, brand new this week, a little ditty in the style of Zeth Convery or Winifred Atwell, that sort of thing, a novelty piece with more than a bit of help from, well, the Jaws theme by John Williams, For Elise by Beethoven, and Flight of the Bumblebee. Lots of fun. That is on the channel. The proper version of that is on the channel. Do take a look at that. We were going to move straight on. I'm sorry it's a bit of a shorter program. I'm anxious to record this and upload it in time for you this afternoon. I'm sorry we're not live on program 191. Multiple software failures. I know you will have typed in the answer to that one. That is the 6th time we've had that on A Date with a Dinner Set in 191 programmes. We've done a lot of them live. Of course, that was the beautiful theme music to the 1967 James Bond film You Only Live Twice, as composed by the wonderful Mr. John Barry and as famously sung by Nancy Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was asked to do it, but he declined and instead offered his daughter. And the way the sort of mechanics of Hollywood work, they accepted straight away. And as we know, even though she was very nervous and was very worried, but she sounded like Minnie Mouse apparently. But John Barry says of that piece that the finished result is the result of sort of sticking together about 25 takes, but it is beautiful, and I think one of the very best Bond themes, and it was from 1967. Hope you enjoyed that. Now the other thing I'm trying to do, or on this program, I'm trying to avoid my sticky notes on the piano. So I'm playing, I've picked pieces that are hopefully not in the key of the sticky notes. As you know, the piano is very out of tune. Oh, but I do have some good news. I have spoken to the wonderful piano technician this week, and as soon as he returns from his vacation, he's going to be with us to put things to right in the piano front. Yay! That'll be in the first week of March, we think, when it'll have a good tune-up and the sticky notes will be sorted out. So there we go. I'm laughing because I'm just looked down my list while I'm playing next. It's something very unwise, actually, considering sticky notes, particularly as I've already used up a lot of my my iterations of the sticky flat notes in the Flat as a Pancake, which was going to be a video. Never mind, we'll try it. We probably have to jump around octaves quite a lot when I start playing this, which we've only had once on the program before. I think you will see why. Hope you enjoy. Where's my water? Hang on, I need water. You see, normally I could have pressed a button and you could have been watching a sort of advert about liking, commenting, sharing or donating money, that sort of thing, and I could have slipped away and you wouldn't have noticed. But I'm not trying to cover that. We're very honest on this program. What you see is sometimes what you get. Okay, enjoy our next song. We were lucky. The piano was being kind to us and let us play multiple iterations of B flat, which we really needed, because I discovered the other day that I can only play that in that key. It's just one of those things. I'm sure you typed it all in. You may not have typed in all the fine details about it being written in 1960, but you'll probably guess the composer. It's our friend Tom Jobim, Antonio Carlos Jobim, who wrote that very famous fast bossa nova called the One Note Samba. And it's absolutely such a great track. It's got a real drive to it. And And the reason for playing that this week, it's been the Rio Carnival since last we spoke. And what I didn't realise about the Rio Carnival, with all that marvellous celebration of music and dance and samba and all those sorts of things, I didn't realise it was connected to Lent, and it was, you know, a last fling before the fasting of Lent. So I learned something this week. But that's the reason that we had that one this evening, really just as a sort of nod to the Rio Carnival that's been going on. The one-note samba from 1960 by Tom Jobim. So there we go. Another one that we have only had once on the programme, which leads us to the next song that we have only had once on the programme. I hope you'll enjoy this one. I'm sorry if you think I'm rushing this evening. The reason is I'm recording this live very quickly because we have had a software failure, and the time currently is nearly 10 to 6, and I want to play all our songs and hopefully get it uploaded for 6:30 so you've got something to watch. So sorry we are not live. I hope you are well this week. Hasn't there been some fantastic weather, by the way? Wow, I spotted around here 18 degrees, and in fact I'm pretty sure it was 17 in the car, but that may have just been the rise in my temper thinking about the broken software as I was driving back this afternoon. But it has been quite warm and sunny, so really, really quite pleasant. So that's good enough. Do enjoy. You would have typed in that one as well. That was the song Till There Was You, and it was composed in 1957 by Meredith Willson, and of course it's from the musical The Music Man, and the other famous song from that, of course, being 76 Trombones, and very, very popular musical, and they did a film version of it 4 years later. And then, very famously, the Beatles did a cover of that in a Cuban bolero style. Now, a Cuban bolero has got 4 beats in a bar. It's got the same sort of triplicated rhythm, but it's not the same as the famous like Ravel's Bolero, which is a Spanish Bolero in triple time. But the Beatles version was 1960, something, I'm going to say 62, possibly 1963, the Beatles cover that. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Yet again, another one we've only had once on the show before, 1957, Till There Was You by Meredith Wilson. If you've just joined in with us, I'm sorry we are not live. There's been a failure within what is the very nice, and we're very lucky to have free open source software that streams and encodes things for us, except it's not playing ball at the moment, and it's very frustrating. I've been trying all last night and then early this morning and then this afternoon, hence trying to record you a quick program to do the best we can and to sort of be with you in the chat room as normal. We are doing program 191 here on the 18th of February. So I hope you've had a good week. I hope you've had a flipping good week. If you've had pancakes, I hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. And a couple of the songs remaining that we're going to do tonight, I'm still watching the clock, reflect that mood. I mean, if you think about it, actually, so many songs that I play and so many songs really loosely are about love, aren't they? And this one is no exception. I hope you enjoy it. So that was a song from 1937, and it was one of the last songs that this composer, one of my favourite composers, possibly my most favourite composer, George Gershwin, composed. They Can't Take That Away From Me, and it was composed for the film Shall We Dance, where, of course, Fred Astaire introduced it, and it's one of those great Gershwin brothers songs that lends itself so easily to lots of different treatments. So we've got two more songs to play on an almost live date with a dinner set. Program 19. We've got a laugh, haven't we? We have got a laugh. Program 191 here on the 18th of February. Now, just before I play it, sorry, I'd normally have a card up so I could sort of witter away and look at other things, but I can't do that because we're doing it this way. Today, 18th of February, by the way, is National, and by which I mean American, National Battery Day. And I'm looking at my iPad and thinking, gosh, that's lucky. I have 25% of charge, which is fine. I only need it for this one song. But today, you heard it here, 18th of February, is National Battery Day. Isn't it lovely to have something to celebrate every day of the week? So we've had this one once before. Lots of these once befores. I've been really digging into the archives. Once before we've had this on A Date with a Dinner Set. Do enjoy our penultimate song this evening. It's got a very famous intro, and I think you will get it straight away. So in a minute. That's the wrong piece. That's the piece we want. Do enjoy. plenty of battery power on National Battery Day. Hope you enjoyed that one. As I say, I mean, no, you will recognise it straight away because of that very recognisable bass riff, and then that as the rather groovy introduction. A very famous piece by a master of songwriting, a very unique songwriter, still very much with us, composing and performing, Mr. Billy Joel, of course. 1978, and it was from an album initially, and it is of course the piece My Life. And when it appeared on the album in 1978, I think the album was called 52nd Street. It was much longer, about 6 or 7 minutes, and then about 6 months later released it as a single, and it's up there, isn't it, in the top 5 Billy Joel songs. So just before we move into our final song this evening, I'm so sorry we're not live. The reason this evening is the very clever bit of free software that encodes the video and then puts it out to YouTube has failed, and it's very frustrating. We will get it back. We will get it back. Do not panic. I hope this hasn't spoiled your enjoyment. It's been a slightly shorter programme this evening by necessity. Now next week, of course, the 25th, yes, 25th of February will be the last in February, and on the last date of dinner set of the month, we have a channel update, so I'll give you a channel update and probably some news about some upcoming things which may be of interest. You never know. I hope you can still bear to give me a thumbs up underneath this video. I'm so sorry that this has worked out like this today. We'll do our best in every waking hour between now and next Sunday to try and work out how to get all these bits of equipment to speak with each other. I'm looking around, looking at the piano. It's not really connected, is it? We get all the other things connected. Anyway, I must stop rattling on. We'll play our last song and then say goodnight in our usual way. Do enjoy. So that does bring us to the end of this evening's A Date with a Dinner Set programme 191 on February the 18th. I hope, as I say, you've had a good week with Shrove Tuesday and Valentine's Day. And of course that one was I'm in the Mood for Love from 1935 by Jimmy McHugh. And it's from the film Everything Starts at 8. So I'm sorry we've also been a bit shorter this evening, but I'm very anxious. I'm looking at the clock, which now says 18:07. I'm going to have to work very quickly to stop this video and get it uploaded onto the channel so that you can watch it at 6:30. Thank you so much if you've been with us watching live, watching the live recording, watching live the recording. And the good news is that the piano in a few weeks' time is going to have a jolly good tune and technical help. So thank you so much, and do take good care of yourselves. Have a good week, and I look forward to playing for you live next week. Thank you very much. Good night.